Actually, I quite like that one. Does enforcing the Scrum process not directly contradict that Agile value, people over process, individuals and interactions over processes and tools? Yes, enforcing Scrum does. Absolutely. Okay. When we look at that value, when I'm teaching it in a class and things, we'll very often have the conversation, well, think of it, in our world, complex product development, solving problems that are intrinsically wicked. The processes are going to help. The tools are going to help. So the process you create using the Scrum framework is going to help. But only if it supports the people, the individuals and their interactions. A great team will find its way with or without a process. It will create its own. Okay. But a bad team might get to mediocre with a process, but they're unlikely to solve that problem or solve it well, at least. Okay. And this is the issue. Many people who are thinking of this, we can enforce Scrum, we can make people do it, okay, are missing the point. In the simple world, in the complicated world to some extent, somebody can sit down, they can map out a process and just tell you to follow the steps. The individuals and interactions doesn't matter, it's all about the process. Back in the day, when I was at university, I spent some time working for a car manufacturer on a factory line. I lasted 3 days before they fired me, because they hired my hands and my right foot. They got all of me, including my gob. And I was sat there for 3 days making clutch plates, and I got bored and I started looking for ways to improve the process and talking to people and doing what I do for a living today. They didn't like that. They didn't hire that. They hired me to do what they wanted. Okay. In those situations, it's not about individuals and interactions. I think they genuinely would have rathered a robot than a John in the building at that time. In fact, it's not I think. They fired me. Because it's all about the process. Just do as you're told, follow it, and you will get a good enough answer every single time. Great, but we're not in a repeating situation. We're solving these problems once, and then they're done. It's never coming back. So it's about creating an environment where the team can excel, and the processes and the tools support them in their excellence. So we don't enforce Scrum. It is absolutely counter to the Agile Manifesto. It's also counter to the Scrum Guide. If you read the Scrum Guide, it talks about it being a game. Now, PE aside, when you were at school, you may have loved it, you may have hated it, okay? But let's be honest, the teachers can make you play the game. I'm not the biggest person in the planet. PE teachers tended to be big, loud, kind of scary to a smaller, well, not that much smaller version of me, but a younger version of me. But today, as a grown-up, if you dare call yourself one, your friends invite you to a game of football in the local park. And you want to go to the park, but you don't want to play football. They can't make you play football. They can't run you around, grab your arms and legs and run you around the field, make you kick a football. Way too much effort. You could just stand there and go, no, I don't want to. And that's the whole point. Teams need to choose to do Scrum. As Scrum Masters, our role is not to enforce Scrum, is not to impose it. It's to offer it. This is a way of working that I believe will help us deliver a great product. It will help us improve ourselves, improve our team, improve our organisation in delivering great products, in solving complex problems. Do you want to join me on a journey? And it is on us to be an ambassador for it, to say, this is a good way, trust me, give it a go. But if they say no, and it's a categorical no, I don't want to do this, okay. Do you understand what I'm aiming for? Us to be better. Are you on board with that? Yeah. Yeah, most people are. They want to be better. They want their teams to be better. They want their organisations to be better. Okay, great. Well, let's find a way that isn't Scrum. So where are we today? How can we improve? A Scrum Master who doesn't do Scrum, you'll often hear it, is called an Agile coach, but a Scrum Master is an Agile coach. So your team doesn't want to do Scrum. It's not the end of the world. You are still there to work in service to them, to lead them forward in being better. at who they are, at what they do, okay, it's just not going to come out of the Scrum Guide this time. That's okay. Please do not impose this. Do not enforce it. Okay? Invite people in. Let them choose to join you, because that way they are motivated. It is a decision they made. They own it. They want to be there. You're not forcing them to take actions. They're doing it of their own volition. And if in doubt, imagine a game of football where you've got 22 people who don't want to play. 90 minutes of watching 22 people stand still. It's not fun and it's not effective. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.